What is going on, my cream slice family? And today we have got a special request build from my man in the cream slice family, Matt Lucas. Well, mate, I've got to say this build that you asked me to put together with the Behemoth was absolutely genius. This is such quality build. Anyone who's part of the cream slice family or just general players out there, you guys have some top draw builds, and I'm just gonna say that if there's anyone else on the channel who has a specific build and you want to share it with me or anyone else, just let me know and I will draw up the build. But Matt Lucas, he hit out the power, but he wanted a bit more to this build. He wanted a bit more resilience. He didn't want to be so squishy. So we turned this build upside down and we made him a fucking monster. So yeah, it is going to be using the Hoarfrost Sea, the new Titan exotic from the Witch Queen. If you didn't know, basically all it does is it changes your barricade to like a stasis barricade. And then we've got the agers scepter. What the agers scepter does is it freezes your enemies. It causes a chain of ice and it shatters enemies around you. And if you get the catalyst, basically what this does is it gives you like an 80% damage buff when you have your super active and you hold square, and it fires a crazy beam that does ridiculous amounts of damage. And what we are going to do with this build, we're going to flip it upside down. We're going to make that beam even more powerful. And I've found out of all the builds, the way that I'm going to put this build together is the easiest way to become charged with light. Let's get it. Straight away on the aspects, we're using tectonic harvest. So when we shatter stasis crystals, we make stasis shards. And we've got diamond lance. Any stasis kill creates a stasis lance, and you can either stun your enemies, shatter them into little pieces. You already know what this does by now. And we are using the glacial grenade. The first fragment is Whisper of Chains. When you're near frozen target or stasis crystal, you gain reduced damage from your enemies. Whisper of Bonds. Defeating frozen targets grants you super energy. Whisper of Conduction. So when we do shatter our stasis crystals, they track to our position. This is good because you've got a 10 intellect and plus 10 resilience. We've got Whisper of Rending. Kinetic weapons do increase damage to our stasis crystals and frozen targets. So basically this will work with agers scepter as well because it is a kinetic. When you shatter an enemy and the rest of the enemies are frozen, this will prop Whisper of Rending, so it's easier to finish off your targets. Lastly, we have Whispered Shards. So stasis crystals boost your grenade recharge rate, and shattering them increases the duration of this benefit. So we are going to be shattering our glacial grenade and our stasis barricade, which will in turn give us a hefty amount of grenade energy. So this is how we're able to bounce both of our abilities off one another, which in the grand scheme of having a loop and weapon buffs and ability buffs on tap, this build is not shy of ability regen or any of that stuff. So I really do like the way that Matt's put this build together with the agers scepter and Hoarfrost Sea. These are my specific fragments, so I hope I've done you justice, Matt, with the fragment setup, bro. So one of the heavy weapons I was using with this build is a recurrent impact with headstone and land tank. Precision kill with this machine gun. Not only do you get damage resistance with land tank, you create a stasis shard at the enemy's feet, which you shatter, and you can also get your shards and stuff with that. There's great synergy with this build. Or you can use a Palmyra B, the stasis rocket launcher. So there is going to be a dim link below, guys, to this specific build. Don't be shy, give the build a like, subscribe to the channel. We are pushing it even more. Season 17's around the corner and we are going to go in hard. Yeah, so quickly go over the armor mods and we'll show you how we put it all together. and show you how we're going to be getting our weapon buffs and all that good stuff. So one of the main pieces to this build puzzle is going to be the elemental shards. So what this will essentially do, like I was saying with our glacial grenade and Hoarfrost, our stasis barricade, when we shatter some of the crystals from them, we get elemental shards, which are little shards that track to you, and then we are going to be pairing it with elemental charge. So when we shatter our stasis crystals, we can become charged with light. Great thing about it is when you are running higher tier content, because your stasis barricades right next to you, or you can throw your grenade right next to you just to get your resist when you're in combat. You shatter them crystals, and right then and there, you know, even if you're at a distance or close range, you are still going to be able to become charged with light in a more safer way than killing an enemy and picking up a well at their feet and getting your head blown off. So to me, Titans can really show off when it comes to becoming charged with light, and they have the most safest way in my opinion. So we've got harmonic siphon on the helmet as well, and trace rifle ammo finder. On the chest piece we've got font and wisdom, so when we do shatter our stasis crystals, we will get increased with our intellect for, I think it's 10 seconds, and basically this ties in with the agers scepter's catalyst will given form. We need our super back as fast as possible so we can take advantage of that 80% damage buff. So that's why we have font of wisdom on there. On the legs we've got font of might, so when we do shatter our crystals, we will get a 25% damage increase with our stasis weapons for 10 seconds. Better already, when we pick up an orb of power, we get instant health regen and your trace rifle scavenger as well. And lastly, double utility kickstart, so when we do use our stasis barricade, it starts to regen hella fast. I love saying hella fast. It regens hella fast, and we're just constantly getting it back. And we've got high energy fire, which also stacks on top of font of might, like I always say. So for 10 seconds we are getting a 45% damage increase to agers scepter or our stasis heavy, and when you combine it with the will givens form for agers scepter, you're getting over 100% damage increase, people, for 10 seconds, which is just too good to miss out on. So as you can see, it all works nicely together, really simple to put together. The essence of this build is you throw your stasis barricade up, shatter a few crystals, become charged with light, get your damage buff, kill everything in front of you, just make it rain with icicles everywhere, ice explosions. You gotta love it, man. I love this build. Matt Lucas, thank you very much for introducing me to this Hoarfrost scepter, mate. Really nice build, so thank you again. And yeah, thanks for watching, people. I appreciate it. Peace.